friends, Miss Dawn here, and since we're talking about oceans this week, I really wanted to read to you this Pete the Cat book called Scuba Cat. Pete the Cat is excited. He is going scuba diving. Pete puts on a mask and fins. He has a tank full of air. He hopes to see lots of fish. If you're lucky, you might see a seahorse, says Captain Joe. A seahorse, says Pete. I can't wait. I never saw one before. The ridges look like a horse's mane, says Captain Joe. Groovy, says Pete. Pete jumps into the water. Splash! Down, down, down he goes. Up, up, up go the bubbles. Pete looks for a seahorse. He sees a swordfish. Pete swims out of the way. Do you see a seahorse? I do too. Pete waves to a stingray. It has a long, skinny tail. That is not a seahorse, thinks Pete. Pete looks high and low for a seahorse. Then he feels a tickle. What do you think is tickling Pete? Looks like a seahorse right there. Pete sees a school of fish. They all look alike except for one. You see right here? It puffs up. It's a blowfish. It's not a seahorse. You see how he puffed up really big? Can you puff up your cheeks like the blowfish? So silly. Where could one be? Pete looks in the rocks. What is that? It's an octopus. It has 8 legs. It's not a seahorse. Can you count the octopus legs with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pete feels a tickle. What could it be? Pete turns. He sees a cave. Is there a seahorse inside? Pete sees a crab with claws. A seahorse does not have claws, thinks Pete. The cave is getting darker. Pete feels a tickle. Can you make crab claws? Then he sees an eel. Pete swims past it. It's too long to be a seahorse. You make an eel? Ooh. Oh no, it's too dark to see. How will Pete get out? Pete sees a jellyfish. It glows in the dark. Pete is almost out of the cave and he sees an angelfish. It's very colorful. Pete is out of the cave. So why is it so dark? Pete is in a shadow. He is in a shadow of a whale. Yikes! That's a big shadow. Pete wishes he could jump on a seahorse and ride away. Pete hops on a sea turtle instead, and it takes him to the boat. I did not see a seahorse, thinks Pete. He feels a tickle on his tail. A seahorse, cries Pete. What a surprise! You were with me all along, says Pete. What a cool adventure. I hope you enjoyed the story, friends, and I hope you enjoy learning about the ocean this week.